Hey guys, Kingkade here and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing y'all a complete beginner's guide on Elemental Dungeon. Let's get right into this. So this is a guide for beginners, mainly for people who are like under the level 50, just so y'all know how to play the game and all that stuff. So once you go ahead and join the game for the first time, you'll start off with pretty much nothing. But if you go down here to the bottom right and open up your inventory, you'll see that you have a total of 7 slots. 3 slots for armor, helmet, chestplate, and leggings. Then you have a slot for your weapon, which is like this right here, your sword. Then you have 2 slots for rings and then 1 slot for your trait. You get traits by going over here to this big purple thing over by summons, and you can go ahead and spend these shards to roll a trait. And yeah, they're kind of like fruits. If y'all ever played Blox Fruit, they appear in your inventory, and if you go ahead and use one, it will delete whatever trait you're currently using. So if I have this trait and I use a different one, it'll go ahead and get rid of my current one and replace it. So yeah, kind of like fruits and Blox Fruits. And to get traits, you spend these shards right here, which you can buy them from Roblox, but you also mainly get them from quests right here. I don't really focus on these quests. It's just like whenever I play games, I eventually get them done. So that's a pretty good way. You can also sell items and all that stuff. But basically, once you join the game, you'll start off with nothing besides just a sword. And you can go ahead and click play right here to go ahead and go into the ancient tomb. So right here, you have your XP multiplier. This goes up if you choose medium, hard, hell mode, hardcore, or infinite. Also, by the way, you can't really do these ones until you level up a little bit more. I don't really recommend doing infinite until you get to like this last one right here, Atlantis, maybe until like these 2 last ones, because infinite mode you get a reward every 15 waves, I believe. So it's just not too good, and like the XP multiplier and all that stuff just isn't too good. So I recommend staying to like easy through hell mode, not really hardcore, but just these ones. So the higher it goes, the more XP and loot you get. Over here are the chances they go up with however like hard you go. So yeah, let's just go ahead and create a game though. It also shows the weaknesses right here. So the dungeon's element is sand, and then its weaknesses are water and fire. So you would probably want to use those elements. But for your first few games, you probably won't really have an element. So yeah, right here are the keybinds. Q to dash, swap between your sword and an element. Z is a potion, which you'll get potions like it by killing people. So for your first few games, you probably won't have an element, but let's just go ahead and do this. So once you're in the game, just go ahead and use your sword to go ahead and kill these people. And right here is a potion. So whenever you kill people, they have a chance to drop a health potion just like this. So let's go ahead and claim that. We can use it by clicking Z. So yeah, so we just pretty much use our sword to do this. If you do have an element, what I recommend doing is kind of stacking them on top of each other. So if I go ahead and do this, stack them all up, and then I use my element, you'll see that pretty much just kills all of them. Even if it doesn't kill all of them for you, it will still do tons of damage. The people also have a chance to drop rings, such as this right here. So that is how you go ahead and get rings. Everything else like swords, well, they also have a chance to drop armor, but most things you get from defeating the place. Also, by the way, don't worry about dying. Dying really doesn't do anything. It just subtracts 10 seconds from the timer, which isn't too much. It doesn't really do anything, but make sure that you don't die if you do hardcore mode, because hardcore mode you won't respawn. Also for potions, you can only hold 2 potions at a time. So what this does is you click Z and it heals you, and then we can go ahead and grab this other one since we ran out of space. And there we go. So once you clear each room, a new room will open up, and then just go ahead and keep defeating them, and at the very end will be a boss. And there we go. Now here is the boss. So the boss, just go ahead and watch out for the red attacks. Whenever they do that, it's pretty easy. You can just like run behind them. So you can just run behind them and easily dodge it. See this, you can easily dodge as well. Also, the bosses do have an ability where they like kind of crouch down and there's like a purple glow around them. Whenever that happens, you want to run away because they're about to like set off a giant bomb. So you want to make sure that you do run away from that. Let's just go ahead and defeat them real quick. So once you defeat the boss, you'll finish the dungeon, and here we go. So you'll get XP, you'll get gold, and then you'll get like an armor right here. You'll most likely only get 1. I believe you do have a chance for more though. Also, if you do have 0 deaths, you do get plus 10% XP. So that's pretty nice, but don't worry too much about dying. And then you can choose to do the same dungeon again or leave. Let's go ahead and do the same dungeon again. And for some reason, it teleported us back to the lobby, but that's fine. So over here in your inventory, you'll see all your stuff. So if you have armor, it's actually pretty easy to see if it's better. Same with swords. So all armor and swords, it's really easy to see if it's better. Just go ahead and click on it, and it'll show you how much damage it does, and it'll show you how good it is compared to your best weapon. So this is my best weapon at the moment. So as you can see, this one does 6 damage. So you'll see that this one does 78 less damage than my best sword. Same with these ones. So this Cypher Mask, it does 3 less than my best one, which I currently have equipped. This one, it does 47 less. This one, it does 31 less. So as you can see, these are all terrible, and it makes it really easy to see which one is the best. So that's pretty awesome. If it is better, then it will say like +3 or like plus however much better it is. It doesn't do that for rings though. So rings are different. Like right here, 8.4%, 8.9. They don't show these stats compared to your other rings, so you do have to look at them. So yeah, this one 13%. So all these ones ones are bad. And if your inventory gets filled up, you can always just go over here to where you sell loot and you can just toss it in. So let's just toss in all of this garbage right here that we just got, and then we can sell it for gold. So gold you can use for multiple things. The main thing that you can use it for is upgrading. So if I go ahead and click on this weapon right here, I spend gold to upgrade it, and it increases the amount of damage right there. But you can also go over here once you reach level 15, you can talk to this blacksmith dude right here and you can upgrade your weapon. So you can toss in your weapon right here. So let's go ahead and select this one, and you can spend some gold to go ahead and reforge it. And basically these just like change up the stats right here. I believe all weapons start off with like 0 stats, so you can go ahead and reforge it and add those stats right there. So that is pretty nice. You can also go ahead and spend some shards over here once you reach like I think level 50 or so to go ahead and get some potions. I don't currently have lunar shards at the moment. And then you also have this dude over here for crafting. I don't really recommend paying attention to this until the end, but just make sure that you do save up your materials in here because you may end up needing them. But this dude is kind of like some end game stuff. Like we don't really have like any of this stuff at the moment, so we can just go ahead and focus on that at the end once we get like max level. So yeah, also for the modes right here, for the first area, I only recommend doing easy, medium, hard, and hell mode. I don't recommend doing hardcore or infinite because those are just bad. And then for the second area right here, I recommend doing medium, hard, hell mode. For all of these, you can do hardcore if you're good at it, if you're good at not dying, but I just recommend like staying on hell mode and stuff because it increases the chance and increases how much XP you get. Also make sure once again you do pay attention to the weaknesses. And currently there is a Halloween event right here. I don't recommend doing it because it's way too hard, even though you are able to do it at level 1. So as you can see, we only have to be level 1 to actually do it. I still don't recommend doing it because it is actually way too hard, because you won't get any rewards unless you complete it. And yeah, even I still can't complete it because it's still way too hard, so don't recommend doing that. Also for the Halloween event right here, all this stuff is like cosmetic, such as this sword is cosmetic, and everything that you'll get from the crate is also cosmetic, and so are these wings, I believe. Well, actually these wings right here give plus 10% XP, so I guess those aren't cosmetic, but most of the other things are, such as armor and swords. Those are all cosmetic. And lastly, let's just go ahead and hop into a game real quick. So let's just go ahead and do this one right here. Low chances for all of those. Let's just go ahead and hop into this game real quick so I can show y'all everything. So what I usually do is I use this right here. I'm only mastery 37 on this, which I actually forgot to mention. Once you do get an element, you do have a mastery, and the higher the mastery is, the more abilities you can do, such as I can currently only do 2 abilities because I'm only in 37. But yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. There we go. Awesome. And yeah, I usually just stack things on top of each other. Also, to gain mastery for your element, you actually have to use it. So if you only use your sword, then you won't gain mastery for your element, but you can just like use one ability and then finish them off with a sword, and you'll still gain the same amount of XP. So let's go ahead and run in here. Watch out for the gorillas. There we go. Pretty easy. Also on the second dungeon, there are chests around the map, such as this one that you can go ahead and open, and they will give gold. There are some more rare ones that can actually drop some pretty good loot, but most of them, such as those right there, just drop gold, so you can go ahead and open those to get some extra gold. This second map is actually a lot longer than the first one, but it is still pretty easy. So here we are. We're now in this area. So this is the boss. The boss is also pretty easy as well, which for most of his attacks, if you just sit here, which actually there's the purple ability, so we want to back up for that because that's gonna like instantly kill us if we stay close. So as you can see, there's a little radius right there, and then we can run up to him and just continue killing him. People will spawn, so let's just go ahead and dodge those real quick, and there we go. Easily defeated him. And as you can see, there's all the XP and gold we got, and we got some pretty good rewards right there. And yeah, that's the complete beginner's guide on Elemental Dungeon though, so that's gonna be all for this video. So go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.